Thank you so much, Mary, and I'm definitely looking forward to what's happening in the kitchen. But joining us to shed more light is Dr. Olamide Brown, a British-Nigerian medical doctor and founder of the Flying Doctors. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing this morning?
Lovely to be speaking to you this morning.
Same here. I mean, Mazina's told me that you have so much to tell us today. So what are we going to be discussing this morning?
We're going to be discussing how to keep your family healthy. And I think especially during these times in Nigeria, people are particularly concerned about the health of their children, about their own personal health,
yes.
And about the health of their parents and other elderly members of the family.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be giving a 3-point formula to help us all think more carefully and perhaps in a more structured way about how we can keep our family healthy.
Okay, so in our 3-point formula, what is point A?
So it's the MMN formula.
MMN.
Mind, movement, and nutrition.
Mind, movement, and nutrition. Okay. So mind. Let's talk about mind.
So I think the most important thing about, mind health is the fact that we don't talk about it very much, especially in this part of the world. I think mental health is still something that is very stigmatized.
Yes.
We don't talk about depression. We don't talk about people suffering from anxiety. And I think even sometimes, I don't know if you've experienced this, people kind of think that it's evil or like, when somebody has depression, maybe like it's more spiritual.
Spiritual than natural.
And actually, we don't see it as, we see cancer. We don't see it as a disease. We don't see depression as anything medical.
Yeah.
So looking after our minds is all about trying to get the most amount of sleep that we can, 8 hours or more, and making sure that the quality of that sleep is good. And also, some people take up a meditation practice, some people take up a drawing practice, but something that calms the mind. Sometimes we get that from prayer, meditation on the Bible or the Quran or whichever religious text that you sort of use for your mental health. But also keeping our social connections as well. Some people feel very lonely during this period when they're not having these, especially the extroverts. They're not able to have these big parties and fun times. And those are things that are important for their mental health. So keeping those connections in other ways, through WhatsApp calls, through Zoom calls, through phone conversations, are very important for our mental health. The next one is nutrition. And I think that this might be the one that Nigerians like to talk about, hate to talk about even more than mental health.
Yes.
Because it means giving up some of the things that we really like. So I'm from Ekiti. And like our sort of state dish is pounded jam.
Yes, it is.
So when I start suggesting healthier alternatives to my Ekiti people, like maybe substituting pounded jam for, like, let's say a cabbage swallow.
Come on. Pounded jam, come on. Yo.
Or an eggplant-based swallow.
Can't we have like half of the pounded yam?
I get some very funny looks.
Like half.
Some people even say that it's an abomination in the kitchen to talk about those things. But really, I think that, that heavy sort of carbohydrate-based diet, we can have them as treats. But in terms of our general approach to our diet, and this is, we've spoken about the first M, which is mind, and we're now going on to nutrition. So in terms of, improving our nutrition, then it does mean making difficult and painful substitutes and perhaps eating things that we don't like, and perhaps ridding ourselves of this "something must kill a man" mindset, where we want to protect our families because it's not just us. We cook for our children. We sometimes cook for our grandparents, and getting them into these healthy eating habits will prolong their lives and will prevent them developing diseases later in life.
Very true.
So increased intake of fruit and vegetables is very important.
So, but it's possible to have your pounded yam, but just have like a lot of veggies in the meal as well, or have like an oilless okra, or have like your not overcooked vegetables. This is me trying to fight for pounded yam.
I think that we all have sort of thresholds between, and we all try to balance between, what we like to do and what we need to do. And I think that that's a balance that's not just for food, but for life.
Yeah.
But I would always try and advise people to be on the journey of becoming healthier, of reducing their carbohydrates and increasing their fruits and vegetables, reducing their fried food as much as I mean, I like akara, but I know that it's probably one of the most unhealthy things I can put into my mouth. So substituting those fatty foods for steamed foods, and you know, for the bushmeat lovers and the suya lovers and the steak lovers,
suya, wow.
Also substituting perhaps the meat-based things for more fish and chicken based
so
meals as well.
let's create an ideal meal now for our viewers, an ideal readily available meal. So now what would be an ideal breakfast?
An ideal breakfast would be something fruit and vegetable based.
For breakfast?
Maybe Quaker oats and salad, Quaker oats and some cucumbers and tomatoes. Yeah, it would be very, very
so Quaker
boring.
oats, let's say middle class and high class. For the lower class, we can do pap.
Yeah, or maybe some boiled plantain.
Boiled plantain, okay.
Steamed plantain.
Steamed plantain, okay.
Yeah.
And then for lunch?
For lunch, do you know what bulgur wheat is?
Yeah, no bulgur wheat, but I don't. It's not really common here.
Okay, you know, most of the supermarkets sell it. I don't know if it's available in the open market.
Open market, yeah.
But substitute it or fada rice as opposed to long grain rice.
Okay.
Those are the kind of substitutions. And people don't like fada rice because it smells and because it's coarser.
Yeah.
But actually, those are the things that make it slightly healthier than the long grain alternative.
Oh, okay.
So
are you saying it's healthier than the basmati rice?
I would say probably about the same as basmati, but long grain rice, ofada tends to be healthier. The browner, coarser rices tend to be, you know, more healthy. And then for dinner, again, I would say, you know, make sure that there's lots of fruits and vegetables in your diet. And if you can substitute out some of the heavier swallows like eba or pounded jam, occasionally for an oat-based swallow or an eggplant-based swallow or a cabbage-based swallow that you can make. You can make swallow out of cabbage at home. Or like the rice, for instance, instead of buying rice, buy cauliflower rice, and then you can buy cauliflower, and then you can sort of grate it into rice and have that instead of rice. I know it doesn't sound attractive. It doesn't sound attractive, and I think we all have to find that balance between health and enjoyment. And even in life, we have to find, you know, a balance between work and enjoyment.
Very true.
But you know, the further that we can sort of move ourselves, and obviously I haven't spoken about the role of water, but that's very important, drinking lots of water. But the further that we can move ourselves from enjoyment to a more healthy lifestyle, the better life that we're creating for ourselves and for our children and for our grandparents who probably need it a lot as well.
But we're going to have to wrap up with that. But definitely next week we're going to pick up
movement.
Movement. Yeah, so I'm sure for you watching, you've definitely learned how to work on your mind and your nutrition. I'm not sure if people are ready to start practicing, but this is a new year. You might want to start a healthier lifestyle journey. Do not go anywhere. We're going on a break. When we come back, Wake Up Nigeria continues. We'll be right back.